Hey guys, Marissa at KitchenTableStamper.com. Welcome back to the Walrus Be Friends. It starts with art, Stamp a Stack card class. So you've at this point cut your paper, your designer series paper of choice according to the Wonder recipes, and we're gonna grab the first card. So card number 1 will make one of this design. Your choice, we're doing it starts with art or Walrus Be Friends, and the whole point of these kits was flexibility during this time so that you can use some of the things that you already have, that you can be inspired by the design and the layout and make a stack of cards. So the card kit makes either of these designs. We're gonna do for the video Follow Your Art series. This is alternative inspiration, and there will be pictures of the alternative inspiration. The project sheets for the class will follow this series, but as you can see, nothing's really changed except for the stamps and which designer series paper I chose. All right, so let's set this guy aside. Here's our sample, and the kit for this includes your card base and all of your cardstock bits that you need, an envelope for mailing. So no matter which design you make, you've got your die cut tag that's from Bonanza Buddies. You got your die cut sentiment panel that's from the stitch rectangles. And then we've got a piece of corrugated smoky slate. The card base is Pacific Point. And we cut our ribbon designer series paper. This piece is our first piece from the Wonder recipe number 1. It's the 2 by 5 1/4 inch piece. That's the one we're working with in this video. You also need your linen thread, which is included in your kit, and your little packet of die cut hearts. Once you've got those materials collected, we can get stamping. So for this version of the class, I used 2 stamp sets. I showed you these in video number 1, Crafting Forever, and it starts with art. We're going to grab ink pads. I've got Memento Tuxedo Black and Pacific Point. Gonna do some stamping, so we need our rectangle and our stitch tag. Let's put the rest of the kit aside. First, we're gonna grab Follow Your Art, and Follow Your Art is from It Starts With Art. I'm gonna ink that up in Memento Tuxedo Black and stamp it right of center on our little stitched rectangle. I love that greeting, love that font. Now we've got this cup of paintbrushes, and that one is from Crafting Forever. I love how these 2 stamp sets just work so well together. Let's get those all inked up. We're gonna stamp this on our tag. We are done with Tuxedo Black. Let's get our card base in here, and we're gonna do some stamping with Pacific Point. Here's your card base. It'll come in the kit already scored for you. We're just gonna work that score with a bone folder. You'll have enough materials to make one of this card, like from the Wonder recipe. So let's fold that up, run the bone folder over, so that we can decide where to stamp our little background touches. See those little touches with the background? We're going to lay our designer series paper and corrugated paper in kind of as a dry fit. You can go ahead and adhere those 2 together as one piece if you want to at this point, because we're going to pick them up and put them down. We don't want to adhere it to the card base yet, but you'll see how we'll use it in just a minute to determine the placement for our little wiggly background stamp. All right, so this little decorative background stamp is like the little bobbin, the little spool from It Starts With Art. And we're going to use that in a little non-traditional way here. So we're inking up in Pacific Point to stamp on Pacific Point. We're going to stamp one that would kind of peek out from behind our tag, so we can lay that dude in. And we're going to just dry fit it, kind of line up where we want that guy to peek out, and then we can move the whole thing aside. And we've got a very close ballpark on that. Looking pretty good. I'm going to lay this guy back in. And don't be alarmed once the tag's there. It's kind of right up along the edge. Now we're going to use the position of our papers here to determine our next two little swirlies. So we want one that peaks right above the corrugated. I feel like I got a good placement there, so I can pull away my paper and stamp. And now that we've got one here, we can stamp another one right above it. We're looking for a nice continuation, like a scallopy border. There it is. You don't have to be too tidy with this stamp because your paper is going to cover it right up. So let's do that now. We're going to take our designer series paper that we've already glued to the corrugated. We'll add some dry or some multi-purpose liquid glue. You can use tear and tape when you've got these corrugated pieces. They're very deep textured. And on the designer series paper, we're going to add some dimensionals. Got to bump that up to kind of compensate for the corrugated. So we'll put 5 little minis, should support this pretty well. All right, let's get this guy on there. Center right to left, kind of top to bottom. Burnish down the adhesive, and we can set this aside for a minute now. Let's color our image. Bring the sample in here so you can see what I'm going for. All right, this Stampin' Blends for this pot. Bermuda Bay, this is the light Bermuda Bay. Dark Pool Party, Smoky Slate combo, Daffodil Delight combo, Balmy Blue combo, and Calypso Coral combo. I'm gonna do very basic blending with these. So we're going to lay down the light, shadow with the dark, blend the light and the dark together with the light, and get this pot all colored in. Okay, so we're doing our last little bits on the paintbrushes here, a little bit of like where the accents might be silver. I forgot one color in the original array. This is dark crumb cake, and I'm going to do the bristles of the paintbrushes with dark crumb cake. So we're just going to run those over, no blending, just color in. And then we're going to do the tip of the pencil where it would be wood. All right, there's our pot of art supplies. Isn't that cute? I love this. I love both of these stamp sets. Follow Your Art and Crafting Forever. I'm afraid that they're going to retire. We'll have the list in a couple days, but I'm pretty nervous that they're both going to retire, and that's kind of sad because Follow Your Art, that's what I do. Stamping, crafting, creating, that's what I do. All right, so we're gonna glue Follow Your Art over the little pot of pencils. Grab your linen thread. This is 1/4 of a roll, so this is 3 3/4 yards of linen thread that's included in the kit. Let's get a little piece of that for our tag here. Just tie a little loopy bow at the top. Tie it right off the card, and that way you'll minimize your waste. See, we'll tie that loopy bow, pull the center, and then you can just run the tail through your fingers, kind of smooth it out. We'll cut it away from the spool and then just cut that little kinky end off. So that's the only waste we have, is that little, maybe 1 inch. All right, now we need some glue here. And in this corner, we're gonna support that with a little mini dimensional. Cutting a piece off of the edge here, right up in that corner to bring it up on the same level as our designer series paper. I'm gonna add that guy so that you're right up against your little decorative stamp there. And last, little embellishments. So included in your kit is all these little Calypso coral hearts. Best way to do those is going to be multi-purpose liquid glue and a take your pick tool. We want 3 little hearts to embellish. So this is cut with the Be Mine Stitched dies for you. All right, so I got kind of a big one, a couple little medium to small ones here. You have a whole assortment of hearts to choose from. So we're gonna lay those out kind of where we want them. Add a drop of glue, and then we'll pick up the heart with the take your pick tool and pop it right into the glue. Straighten it out using the piercing side. If you have any seeping of the liquid glue, then you can just swipe it away. Keeps it nice and tidy. I love the take your pick tool. And we'll pick up the next heart, add a little glue, grab that heart again, put it right in the glue. And our last one, a little bit of glue, and add that heart right in. There they are. Follow your art. Your kit will make one of the Follow Your Art pen cup, or one of the Thanks Big Time Walrus, or use this kit with a stamp set that you have at home and show me what you did. Share it at Kitchen Table Stamper Craft Social on Facebook. All right, you guys, thanks for joining me. Thanks for watching. If you've got any questions about the kits, about the projects, if there's anything I can do to help you stay crafty, email Marisa at kitchentablestamper.com. You can shop Stampin' Up 24/7 at marisaalvarez.stampinup.net. Thanks for watching.